Hi, my name's Shawn Hobson, one of 3M's authorized trainers. To realize your full profit potential, your installers are going to have to learn how to effectively heat shrink each product in the line of window films. So that's what we're going to demonstrate for you now. We're going to be heat shrinking ceramic IR window film. This film responds a little faster to the heat than obsidian does. So we want to be a little bit more cautious and not proceed quite so quickly with the hard card. It can be easily damaged because it tends to respond quickly. So we're going to vary the technique a little bit. I do have the window laid out in the conventional H pattern formation with dryer sheet underneath. So for the bottom section, I'm going to show the conventional heat and card technique, but we're going to add a step. We're going to pre-shrink it first. So without using the card at all, I'm just going to start heating over this quadrant from a little bit further distance to get it to shrink a little bit in advance. It's not going to shrink completely, but it's going to take a lot of the loose film out of the way so that when I come back and begin heating and carding, it goes much smoother, less risk of damaging the film. For the top section, we're going to use a little different technique, and that's the pull shrink. So you can see that I have it laid out so that I have some extra film at the top so that I actually have something to hold on to and pull. This is very practical because you don't use the card at all until the last step of the process. So oftentimes people feel that this actually speeds it up and it's a little safer and easier on a little more challenging product to shrink. So to start with pre-shrinking, I'm going to increase my distance. Our normal shrink distance is around 1 to 2 inches away. I'm going to be about 6 inches away with the heat gun on high. And I'm going to go back and forth in rows over this quadrant for about a minute or so just to start shrinking it. And then I'll come back and do my heat and card of each section. So now that I've done my pre-shrink, we can see that the film has responded. It has gotten the shrivel effect to it to a degree, but it still needs more shrinking. So go over your quadrant for about a minute or so, get some of that film shrunk. Now I'm going to go back to the conventional heat and card shrinking in my rows, and I'm going to be back to the normal distance of about 2 inches away. So as an alternate method to heat shrinking ceramic IR, we can try the pull technique. So to lay the film out for the pull technique, you can see we have a little extra film at the top so that we actually have something to hold on to. Also, the glass is laid out in the H pattern with the dryer sheet underneath. What I'm going to do is put some tension on the film to create clearly defined fingers. And I'm going to heat from the center of the finger all the way up to the edge of the glass. And I'll work up and down and gradually work my way to the outside edge of the window. Once I'm satisfied that it has shrunk enough, I'll come back with my hand to try to smooth it out and see if it looks okay. If it does, I'll switch to my hard card for the final smooth out. So now that I've shrunk it, I'm going to try to smooth it out with my hand and see how flat it is. So the film's looking pretty flat. I don't see any big fingers. So now I'm going to come back with my hard card and smooth it the rest of the way. So now this whole quadrant is sufficiently shrunk, and I didn't even touch it with my hard card until I was completely done heating. So by varying the technique a little bit with a more sensitive film like ceramic IR, we can still have a smooth outcome without creasing or wrinkling the film. So the pull shrink is an option, as well as the pre-shrink.